afternoon, and welcome, one and all. My name is Michael. I'm the Delsey Gamer, and welcome to Pathfinder 2nd Edition, the 7 Dooms for Sandpoint. Joining me today are my wonderful and amazing Patreons who help support the channel, keep the lights on, and allow me to do this crazy, cool, and amazing thing. Guys, say hello to the folks at home.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, everyone.
Hello.
So good to see you guys. We are a couple of players down, but that is perfectly fine. People have better things to do or are currently rushing home from work to try and be here on time. Hopefully they will be here, but we'll see where we go. For those of you who don't know what we're doing, we are playing Pathfinder, a tabletop role-playing game by the lovely folks at Paizo, a narrative storytelling adventure featuring these people who take on the role of the protagonists in a storytelling adventure. We make up rules, we roll dice, we play out stories, and while my players embark on this grand adventure, I take on the role of the arbitrator of the rules, the other characters within this setting, and of course, the person who has to eventually serve as the father figure of most of the table. Everyone's trying to win my approval. Everyone somehow or another makes me go bald. Like all the usual stuff that fatherhood entails.
It's all the above.
All the above. Yeah, but nonetheless, it is great to see everyone. And before we kick off, we have a couple of thank yous to make out. So please bear with us while we go through our list of sponsors. Guys, there are so many people here that we'd like to thank who help us look as good as we do, starting with none other than Hero Forge for the wonderful art you see on screen here. All of the character tokens and, of course, our model of Titus was made using a 3D model making software known as Hero Forge. That you can go to and have models 3D printed and sent to you at home for your at-home games. Alternatively, if you are subscribed to their subscription service, you can build tokens for virtual tabletops, such as the one that I use. Now, just a big heads up on what is coming up with the whole tariff nonsense. For those of you who are following politics and the like, may I say that right now is the best time if you are overseas, if you're not in the U.S., and you have considered getting a Hero Forge model, now's a great time to do it, because otherwise you may have to look at things like printing services and other things as a cheap alternative for the future. If you've had your eyes on one of these things, and honestly, they're really cool. So yeah, go check them out. Then we have our beautiful soundscaping, which comes from Sirenscape. All of the sound effects, the music scores, and things that you hear during today's session is done using our lovely soundboard. So yeah, Sirenscape, go check that out. And of course, our VTT of choice, Fantasy Grounds, so that I don't have to learn all the rules and I have a program do it for me. Yep, that's right. Look, honestly, the amount of support that Fantasy Grounds gives me as a dungeon master means that I can focus more on the things that really matter, such as making that's a good one, by the way, Gaja. Yeah. Such as making sure my players are having a good time and focusing on the role play and the story stuff. So yeah, there we go. Now, of course, before we kick off, we of course have to thank our lovely players who are going to be the main vehicle in which we drive our narrative. So quickly, while I go and grab myself some sort of delicious beverage to enjoy for today's stream, I'm going to throw the ball over to my players to introduce themselves and the characters that they will be playing with, starting with none other than Scully, playing the role of Cinderiel.
Yes, Cinderio, the young, naive elf and cleric of Soundray, worshipping to try to bring peace and redemption to all, especially the various past enemies of the town of Sandpoint. Much to many people's annoyances, that includes the various goblins.
Yeah, and I am Sean. I play Titus. I'm back. I've been gone for a little bit, but yeah, Titus is an Azarketi tiefling who has had a rough past, and then kind of found religion and dug himself out of a deep hole, and has actually kind of thought that like a lot of other people deserve a similar type of redemption, and oh gosh, I forgot her name again. I have it written down, but I don't. My fantasy guns is not working, so I can't check my notes. But he No, the person that
Oh no, that's
caused the
scenario.
seven
Sorry.
dooms.
Oh,
But
Nawalia.
Shayla,
yeah, Nawalia,
Goddess
yeah.
of Beauty and Art, right?
Well, no, yeah. But he feels for Nawalia and feels that she deserves redemption, and will do what he can to see that she gets it. Um, yeah, but he's the champion of Shayla.
He is the champion, my friend.
My phrase.
All right, Peyton.
Hello, I'm Neil from Version Diversion. I play Peyton Ramon, the troll wrestler. I grew up in Sandpoint. Did jobs here and there for them, but is now doing this quest for Nawalia to gain her favor. So we will be. He is now taking on the Seven Dooms to protect Sandpoint, his home. So yeah, he's a bit of a thug, but not very good at being said thug. He's just kind of he's a strong rogue. So yeah.
All right, fantastic. And last but not least,
Hello, I'm Matt from All Things Fantasy, and I play Navander. Whilst everyone's obsessed about redeeming and forgiving those who have done wrong, Navander's here to protect the town. He's here to demolish everything in his way that stands to destroy this town of Sandpoint. Whilst everyone's like, oh yes, we need to make sure that Nualia goes to rest peacefully, Navander's like, why? He has half a mind to think that these seven dooms are somehow her fault. You know, like the whole, oh, I'll forgive you if you succeed these trials that I'll give you. And Evander's like, yeah, sure, right.
Navander's here
I have
just like
questions.
they were coming anyways.
Yes.
if she was responsible for the dooms, why would she send you on a quest to stop them?
Kind of to see if
It's a
she,
trap.
Yeah, I think
if
you're right.
the
Navander does have half a
the
mind.
Sandpoint is
You-
worthy to be saved.
No.
That's where the other half is.
To
But
see
yeah,
her,
she's like, oh, seven
The
dooms
vendors
will attack
tapped it out
Sandpoint,
far.
and if you succeed, I will forgive you. And it's like, right? Did you set them up?
No. Isn't if you go through that premise, isn't it the whole she needs us to do this because we're the ones that trigger them to actually cause the actual doom, rather than just
Oh yeah,
existing?
that's right. That's
That
typical
makes sense,
PC
yeah.
typical PC logic. As soon as you get involved with the bad plot, all of a sudden it happens.
Navander's just playing
yeah,
the
that's where it happens.
It's more the fact that we aggravate them to focus on the town.
Yeah, so Nawalia's sitting there going like, these guys look incompetent enough to trigger a chain reaction of terrible things to happen. Hey, guys,
Well,
I sure hope you guys don't know about these evil things that are happening.
well,
The
this is
seven dooms
Noalia
are
we're
actually
talking about.
the six dooms of Sandpoint, which are us.
It's like that Saturday night thing.
No,
it's
the
like,
seventh is Michael.
Oh,
yeah, that's basically it. It's like that Saturday Night Live sketch. The whole like, oh no, that's terrible. Really? Because you seem kind of stoked. No, I'm
No.
bummed. But I was stoked.
But
Yeah.
I was stoked. No.
Okay. Anyway, always good to have you here, Matt. Now, before we kick off, we have one last person to thank, and that is, of course, our lovely and amazing audience. Guys, thank you so much for being here, giving us your time, whether you're lurking or watching actively. It is amazing to have you guys be a part of today's show, and there is, of course, benefits to coming and tuning into DAG's shows live, and that is you get to interact with us while we play. First of all, we do watch chat. We are very, very active as you guys are chatting, but there are a number of ways you can interact with the game while we play. First of all, just by watching the show, you earn channel points that can be used at any point in time in order to influence the game, ranging from insight bonuses, wandering monsters, wandering bosses, divine intervention, divine healing, all these really, really cool and amazing things. And subscribers, you earn channel points a little bit quicker. So, hey, just watch the show and use these points. But for those of you who have a little bit of disposable income that want to help out the good old Daggerino, we have, of course, our survival check, which, helps me pay for rent and all this other stuff. And a couple of monetary donations that are a lot more tangible and very, very heavily influencing. Now, I will point out that my players, as you can see, have been locked and loaded, as have I today almost. I've got a couple of natural 20s and Navander can use a hero point. But rest assured that I will get them to spend their stuff today. You know, even if
Time
I
to
have
use
to,
'em.
even if I have to bring in a certain purple worm, right? If they choose to keep hoarding
No,
their points,
please
I will
no.
make them use it. Trust me, you know, chat.
Keep
We
it to
will,
one game,
get to
please.
half.
Don't.
We'll get it to half.
I'll use them. I promise.
Yeah. So we have.
Just as long as it's not the stats from Reign of Winter.
Oh, it'll be the stats from Winterwood, and then
Okay.
some. You know, he'll have gone on a whole adventure before he gets here. By the way, for those of you who aren't aware, there is a very, very bad purple worm that I designed, which gains power of whatever it eats.
He just
It
eats the 7 dooms.
exponentially just gets worse and worse and worse. And yeah, there you go. Now, to begin
Oh,
our donations. Our donations start with a $5 donation, which is, of course, one of the red marks you can see on screen, or a purple mark. The red marks are hero points that can be used to stave off death, petition the DM for nonsense in the rules, or roll with advantage. The purple marks are used as jinx points that can be used to counteract hero points, make bad guys roll with advantage, or complicate things in a very slight manner. For $10, I will draw from one of two decks in front of me. The first deck is a deck of heroic action, which will give a player of your choice a superpower that is a free action to use, and it will also serve as a makeshift emergency hero point. The other $10 donation is, of course, for a narrative plot twist, which allows me to draw from this random deck of plot twists at random in order to influence the game with a sudden change in the narrative. This could be something like, boom, that old chestnut that we can then throw in, and I have to try and weave that into the game. Or, boom, superstition, and then all of a sudden I have to find a way to use that prompt in order to influence the story. It's a great way for me to keep modules and adventures fresh and unique to each of the games I run. Then, of course, we have our $20 donation, which is the coveted golden natural 20, because critical successes are awesome, and sometimes we are really cool when we describe shit, and then after we finish describing it, we roll a natural 1, and nothing is more bullshit than that. So natural 20s, $20 for a natural 20, that's what that is. The random thing is random macrobiologist. It is! Then, of course, we have our $50 donation, which has 3 reward tiers. First of all, you can use a $50 reward to either A, increase the difficulty of a challenge with a boss buff, making everything more difficult, things more challenging, changing the parameters, making it harder, changing the qualities of victory. It's just basically, it's like things get a lot worse for my players with a $50 boss buff. Secondly, is you can be kind to my players and provide them with a magic item. This item can be a homebrew item you designed that I will turn into a Pathfinder item. You can ask me to design an item, or alternatively, you can provide them something from their wish list as well. This does not count towards their total wealth gained, which means it is a permanent massive boost to that player. Lastly, we have our $50 donation that is the Harrow deck reading. They will draw a card from the fortune-telling deck known as the Harrow, and from this point, the entire group will receive the following 3 bonuses. Number 1 is they will get a 1d6 on any roll in the associated statistic from their Harrow draw. Number 2 is once per scene, they will get a free reroll on any roll made using the statistic from the Harrow draw. Thirdly, if they manage to fulfill or in some way, shape, or form invoke the fortune that is read from that Harrow, they will be treated as having committed a critical success in whatever it is to make that thing come true. Then we have our $100 secret menu item. Whew, here we go. All right, now, in our $100 secret menu item, our heroes are currently down in a place known as the Pit, trying to locate 7 dooms for Sandpoint in order to thwart them and release the spirit of Nualia. Now, I'm going to be perfectly honest. I don't know what lies ahead of my players, but instead, I do know what lies behind them. Now, our heroes, for some time now, have had varying interactions with the Goblin tribe that has resided on the first floor of this dungeon. Now, throughout the game, we have kind of left them up there, and they haven't really done something. So instead, for the $100 secret menu item, what we are going to do is provide our group with a unique version of, well, fundamentally, Badham. Badham, of course, being the merchant that I normally go between dimensions. And instead, what you're going to get is you're going to get a goblin who is going to come down to every single level, like kind of be there at every single level, with wares, healing potions, and the like, because he is basically using this group as his sole clientele for a business that he is trying to start so that he can eventually move out of the pit and go to Sandpoint. He is a cute little guy. and he spends you know, a lot of time here in the dark. It is almost as if he is like kind of just like sitting here waiting for our heroes to like head down the flight of stairs, while he then runs over to an elevator and then is suddenly just on the floor that they haven't explored yet. This very very fun character is going to be the $100 secret menu item. What this also provides to my players is every floor will effectively have a shop. So our heroes will be able to resupply a lot easier while they're in the dungeon. Cool. That is our
Awesome.
That is our thing. Um, and those of you who donate to the secret menu item, you will get to decide the character's name, the character's attitude towards the group, and fundamentally any individual relationship you would like with them. Like, does he have a crush on someone? Do they hate someone because, you know, they beat up their dad? I mean, I don't know. Who knows? You get to decide all of that. So, yeah. Okay.
You're just making me think that there's a secret dumbwaiter in this entire pit that we should be using rather than
Yeah, exactly.
doing
That's
it
it.
right.
And it's even got like elevator music
It's
as well.
just a
So as soon as
merchant
he jumps
shoot.
in, it's
Yeah.
boom,
Dude.
there you go. All right.
Before you
So,
forget.
with that being said, and without any further
We got
ado,
donation.
Crit.
oh, we have a plot twist. Ooh. Cookie Mon
Yee.
Steve coming in with a plot twist. All right, Cookie, let's see what we get. Let me give this shuffly shuffle, and then 1, 2. Okay, there you go. That's a near miss. 3. Okay, that's still not great. Boom. Where'd that come
Did Cookie
from?
just donate 20 more for 2 more plot twists?
That ain't
Oh
kidding.
no, that was OG. That was OG.
All right. Okay. OG, let me know what you'd like to do. Where'd that come from is our plot twist. And we've got 2 more plot twists. Okay. Do we want them at random, OG, or do you want to give us a number?
Oh boy.
And you need to plug the crit words, remember.
Oh, yes.
Mega plot twist.
Also, by the way, there is a current the nominations for the Crit Awards are currently up. So if you do have any interest in nominating your friend Daggerina for a Paizo Award, please, please, please do not hesitate to go and follow the link. Go and support your friend Dag. And of course, we are also encouraging people to nominate our friend and valuable community member Calindria for all of the lovely stuff that she does behind the scenes as well. There you go. Number 4 and number 7. Okay, sure.
And you've got a rock on camera now as well, by the way.
And a what, sorry?
You've got
Rock
rock on
is
camera.
here.
Sorry, I couldn't hear because 2 people were talking at once. Let's try that again.
You've got
shall we?
rock on camera.
I've got Rock on camera. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Hi, Rock. Okay. And this is Rock. Rock plays Ziak. Ziak is a monster hunter. Ziak's brain just exploded.
Oh yeah.
We'll come to that in a
That's a fun way to put it.
Okay, here we go. So,
And we forgot to talk about it.
I even forgot. I didn't forget. I know what I'm doing.
Okay, I forgot to.
There you go.
Love it.
Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Embarrassment
Oh,
Whoa.
is
Jeez.
our.
I
is
don't
our
think I've
next
ever
card.
seen you do that one.
1, 2, 3.
Joke's on you. I'm
4,
always embarrassed.
5, 6, 7. Okay, repressed memory.
Uh,
I feel like some of these. Are writing themselves at this point. All right, repressed memory.
There's a hole in that one.
Okay.
This is the green screen, I think.
Yeah. This is kind of funny. Perfectly
All right,
straightforward.
done and done. Okay. So, without any further ado, let us dive into today's session. We return now back to the pits, where our heroes are surrounded by a series of tiny, short, gnomish creatures with pale skin, glistening mirror-like eyes, and malformed flesh Now, down here in the pit, our heroes have been discovering a group of Darrows who have been cloning themselves in order to try and find a cure for sunlight, to try and eventually use the genetic patterns from other people in order to try and conquer the sun. But not all of the clones came out quite right. And as our heroes are exploring these dungeons, they found where all of the leftovers went. And despite making friends with the clones up above in the lab, these guys don't know our heroes from a lick of salt. So they have been sprung upon, and these Darrow are now attacking our heroes as they continue their search for yet another doom of Sandpoint. But there was something wrong with these particular Darrow. None of them seemed to respond the way Darrow should. None of them seemed to speak or even draw attention to themselves. When Ziak approached, unfortunately, that was when they pounced. The Darrow revealing themselves to be not Darrow at all, but a bunch of controlled intellect devourer victims, spawns. In a moment of opportunity, Ziak was grabbed, his brain extracted, and replaced with that of one of the with an intellect devourer. And it is here. Oh, sorry, and the commotion has also drawn a Drider from the from over here.
No, Ziak opened the door for it.
Oh yeah, Ziak opened the door for it. That's right. Yeah, that's what happened. There we go. Also, Goblins and Warlocks. Good to see you, man. I hope you've been good. It's been a while. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so without any further ado, let us dive back into the initiative. Let's reset initiative. Let's go with that. Hiya. So, first and foremost, we have the first of the Intellect Devourers. It's going to mind its business for now. The second Intellect Devourer, that's the one that has stolen Ziak's body. So I can get rid of you. The Drider. As the Drider steps out, each giant spidery leg on the lower half of this tauric creature with a dark elf upper body wielding what looks to be a bow and arrow. She sees you all being attacked by the Darrow. She sees Ziak sort of running down the corridor in this direction. She takes aim with her bow and launches what looks to be a orb of web.
Oh no.
And with a natural
Whoa.
20, everything in that line, actually, which is, oh my god, all the Darrow
Whoa.
suddenly get ripped and stuck against this wall here. That's a pretty decent shot. That's the critical hit, because it doesn't do any damage. So you watch as the arrow just flies through, and just every single one of them
just
sort of
sails by me.
it gets like nabbed by the shoulder or by the back, and then as it continues, attached to the wall.
I'm just like, whoa.
The Drider begins to walk out. Pestilent vermin. Dost thou think that I would remain behind closed doors while you continue your machinations? Think I not. As another web arrow flies at the this guy over here. And whack, webs him against the wall, leaving only one of the Darrows. Peyton, you're up next.
I just am confused, but at the same time, I'm just thank you.
Suddenly, the arrow
I-
aims in your direction as soon as you yell out.
Oh. Just gonna drop my um
You drop your weapon?
seeing as she yeah, I'll drop my weapon and just put my hands up and be like, wait, I'm
Okay.
unarmed.
Why do you think people care if you're unarmed? As a curious question.
I don't know.
Okay, just checking. Very well. Anything else you want to do with your turn? Apart from drop your weapon?
I do see there's another Darrow, but I kind of like I'm thinking that maybe it'll take care of that one as well, maybe. But I don't want to move, assuming that they're gonna just shoot at me because they have their arrow bow drawn on me.
Sure.
So, and seeing them just launch a web at 5 of them and pin them all, I'm not moving.
All right.
Especially I would head after Ziak because it sounds like he just kind of took off running that way. I think Westinson's the only one that saw the brain
You're
going.
you're saying a lot of what you would do, but I'm
Oh.
not hearing what you're doing.
I'm not. I'm just gonna stay there and do nothing.
Excellent.
Hopefully
good.
she doesn't
That's a
shoot
lot
me.
of words you're using to say that you're staying here and doing nothing. May I offer you a suggestion? As Peyton looks around, he realizes that Ziak has run off. He wonders to himself where Ziak might have gone and if he's okay. What looked to happen with the intellect devourer seemed quite violent. You can't help but hide. You can't hide your concern, but at the same time, do not wish to provoke the very angry-looking giant spider lady.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, Ziak. Now, you, however, are not Ziak. You are Bligazmagart. Bligazmagart. And Bligazmagart has a bone to pick with the Drider. Go kill it.
Okay.
It is your turn, Ziak.
Yeah. My stuff's still loading.
Oh, okay. Well, just go with roleplay. Just just use your
Okay.
imagination. Throw it into the
Alright.
world of imagination. I got you.
I got it. All right. So, yeah, that name, Gershker. I'm gonna. Yeah. Yeah. I will. He has bone to pick with this guy, so he's gonna run up and attack the guy. Or
All right.
am I in that? Am I in that kind of bone? Like, am I at that? angry at him?
100%.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right. You rush up, and as you do so, you've got a choice. You can either use the stuff that Ziak has, like his weapons, or alternatively you can grow talons, or you can use your psychic blast to try and hit it with your mental damage.
Okay. My vision here is okay. I'm the creature I'm attacking doesn't know that the brain's there, right? I'm gonna try to hide, stay be in disguise as Ziak for the meantime. So I'm gonna attack with my regular, stuff. Yeah.
Regular attack. All right.
Yeah.
Do you have access to a D20 yet?
Yeah, I have access to D20.
All right. Roll your D20 and plus 18.
Oh, plus 18. Okay, I'll put that plus 18 up down there.
I love the idea of Ziak going up to the guy, trying to going, me, Ziak. Ah.
That's fair. All right. A
I'm a
37.
real boy.
A 37 is not a critical hit actually, but close.
Oh, damn.
Damn close. Yeah. Okay. All right. Roll your damage on your sword cane.
Okay. Wasn't it a
1d6
die?
plus 3. Oh, I can do it actually. Here you go.
Okay.
All right. 7 points of damage as you come up behind and stab the Drider in the back. She hisses as her back is struck by you. So you've moved, stabbed. You've got one more action.
Stab again.
Stab again.
Stab,
All right,
stab.
this one's a plus 13. As you go for a second swipe with your sword. Nat 20? No. Oh, okay.
No.
No,
No.
that will actually critically miss, I think.
Oh, damn.
All right, with a critical miss, the Drider will use their action to web you as a reaction.
Okay.
She'll hit. So, webbing you against the back wall.
She is like Spider-Man, except Spider-Woman. She's just
All right. Well, we have all the Darrows next, so let's see if they can make a strength check to break free.
Want to break
None of them
free.
have athletics checks, so let's try this. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I was going to say, are all the Darrow next?
Whoa!
Sure.
Hold on, wait.
Two of them are.
Oh, 2 of them are. Oh, right, so it's not that one. Okay, hold on, wait. I'll just roll for them anyway, and that way I know. 5. Okay, cool. So one of them manages to break free, which is this one. As he breaks free, he, in a kind of a groggy, kind of like, you know, again, like he's just a mind slave at this point. As he rips the webs out, he just kind of like looks around, and then as he turns to face our group, all of a sudden,
No!
his eyes begin to concentrate upon you. I need a will save, DC 24 from everyone down that corridor. This includes Navander and Titus, who are heading up to the to see the others.
I don't have my character sheet, so I don't know what my will save is, but I'll roll a d20 because that seems to still be working right now.
Will save is
Uh-oh.
9.
Am I able to use a hero point to please re-roll that dice?
Yes,
I
you
can't
may.
double
Yeah,
click
I'd like
the
to
will
do-
box
Thank you.
now.
Yeah, I'd like to do the
Yeah, same thing.
same. Well, and I rolled the same thing. Damn it.
Oh no, it's even worse. 20 is what I
It is
get.
what it is, unfortunately. I'm happy with that. It'll be fine.
Gambling.
Alright. We all just got.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but I
Oh,
know
there we
it's
go.
probably not good.
All right. Well, unfortunately, for those of you who failed, which anyone who failed a DC 24, which was everyone except for Cinderio. Let's see. Did anyone critically fail? Did anyone get less than 14? Navander, no, because you re-rolled. So every one of you is dazzled.
I think I might have critically failed because I rolled a 3 plus 9, so I got a 12.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You failed. You failed. You failed big time, which means you are confused.
Oh no.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Wait, does that mean I'm not confused? This is a first.
It means you're not confused, right? But you had to use a hero point to get that, so I mean, there you go.
This feels good.
All right.
Sorry, Titus.
So that is all.
Sorry, everyone.
That is all the Darrow does. Is he stares down and he confuses you. Cinderio, your eyes are kind of like adjusting. You've got these little sort of like glowing spots in your eyes, which kind of like make it difficult to see as you're trying to get
I'm
your
not
bearings.
dazzled. I'm not dazzled, thankfully.
Are you not dazzled? Aha!
Yeah,
But
you
then
saved.
you blink a couple of times and
Yeah,
suddenly
the
your eyes
only
are
one
fine.
that's not.
Don't know why you still got the effect on me.
Because I don't know. It was just easier to put it on everyone apparently.
Okay. So with Westerson being just beneath me in the combat tracker, technically,
Mhm.
I'm assuming Westerson's going to very shortly disappear. I'd like to delay until Westerson potentially moves out of the way.
Sure. Westonson, he gets confused and goes and has a sleep.
Okay.
He's now clear. Now it's your
It's like, man, I'm tired. Walks past
Whoever you are around the corner, can't quite see your face. Hope you don't mind if I'm going to try and take some of these out. I know you've put them against the wall. Appreciate that. As Cinderella is going to try to unleash Inner Radiant Torrent at the big group of 4.
Okay.
Yep,
Make
so,
it
so
so.
60. Yeah, so basically along that line, so it should hit all those 4.
Okay.
Come on, thank you. Okay. So this is a reflex save. Have I got all 4 of them? 1, 2. I think that's. There we go.
Whoa!
I like that.
Kaboom!
Dang. Okay. Well, one of them critically fumbled. The rest of them have failed as your fiery blast ignites and starts to set them pretty much entirely on fire.
The webs are
Well,
flammable. So
it's
it
force.
makes
No, it's
damage worse.
It's force damage, not fire damage.
Oh, force damage? Oh, sorry. My
Oh.
apologies.
We
So
we
the-
themed it as fiery hue last
It's-
time.
Ah,
Force
right. Okay,
fire.
very well.
Yeah, we just themed it that way.
All right.
And then the last one is just, Peyton, are you sure you want to be standing there?
I don't know where I'm standing anymore. I can't see. Or no, that I think I can see. Daze is just.
Dazzled is just
Just,
like kind of those like kind of like it's like someone's shone a
spots in
spotlight.
your eyes, yeah.
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 If I don't
and-
stand here, then you'll be out in the open.
But make sure you don't anger our new friend with a
Yeah,
very
I
pointed
dropped my
question mark on
weapon. I'm
friend for the
hoping
dark.
she doesn't shoot me, or I'm hoping they don't shoot me.
Yeah, it's very pointed loud conversation for the Drider to potentially hear that she's not planning on going after the Drider around the corner that she can't see this. Wiped everyone.
All right, Titus, you're up next. You are confused.
Yes, I don't remember how that status affliction works, actually.
Well, allow me to illuminate the possibilities. Sorry. No? Anyone? Whatever. All right. Confusion. If you have the confused condition, you do not have your wits about you. You wildly attack. You are off guard, and you don't treat anyone as an ally. You cannot delay, ready, or use reactions. You must use all your reactions to strike or cast offensive cantrips, though the GM can have you do specific things to draw, such as draw your weapon, move, reach, etc., etc., and attack the nearest viable targets. If you have no viable targets, you attack yourself. Automatically hitting, but not.
I was
scoring
gonna make a
critical hit.
Pokemon joke, and that literally is it.
Yeah. Each
Well,
time you
I
take
guess I
damage from a
turn
spell
around
or
and-
ability, you can potentially break confusion. So in this case,
Yeah, so I guess I just turn around and swipe at Navander.
yes, you do.
I still don't have my character sheet yet, and also.
Well, that's okay. I can. I
So
can
you
do
might
that.
have to make. Yeah, you might have to try to attack Navander for me.
All right, wielding your glaive.
Can I
Navander.
make a preference to say that you miss me?
Oh, actually, you know what? You know what? Technically, Cinderella is also within reach, so I'm going to make a 50-50 chance here. Lower,
Oh, that is
lower than
true.
50, lower than 50 is going to be Cinderella getting hit.
Oh,
67. Okay. Navander, what's your preference? Not the face?
didn't you
No,
say
you
more
can hit
than
me with a
60?
glaive.
It was
It'll be fine.
Cinderella?
Huh?
No,
Did you
if,
say more
it's
than-
either
oh.
if it's either Navander or Cindario, Navander will take the hit.
All right, here we go. Ooh, the first attack will miss.
Good job, Titus. Your inability to hit anything is actually beneficial now.
The second attack will slice
Presume.
into Navander. And the third attack will miss. So as Navander's is behind Titus, Titus turns around with the glaive. Our tiefling Azaketi swings the massive polearm above his head and then brings one massive blow down, cutting across Navander.
Jeez! What'd you do?
You're a brain thing. You're brain thing too.
You're all brain things.
Oh no, you've been possessed by a brain thing! Quick, get him!
Actually get us to
Now,
kill
unfortunately,
Titus.
the other Darrow do not break free, but this Darrow, why is this Darrow blind? Why are you blind?
Didn't he critically fail on Cinderial's Daze effect? So he becoming blinded.
Oh
No.
yeah, maybe he was.
Because didn't last week you daze them all, but one critically failed?
Yeah, no, you're right. That guy's blind.
Oh.
So he's
Okay.
going to try to go somewhere. He just needs to not roll a.
He just walks into the fire.
He just needs to not roll a 6, 7, or 8. 5. Okay, so he
Ooh.
walks over to here, crashes into some stuff, and that is all he does.
Just
All right, Navander.
drunkenly just.
Titus has attacked you. What do you do?
How high is the roof?
15 foot up.
15 foot up. Okay. Alright.
Titus is 6 feet.
Yep. I'm going to do something weird, and I'm happy to use as many hero points as nat 20s as possible to do this, right?
All right, I'm listening.
Okay. I want to wrap
Kill
Titus in a rope
Titus.
and use a grappling hook to send him up into the roof.
You're gonna Batman Titus. Nice.
Okay. I'm gonna take a hero point from you for it.
Yep.
Okay. You need to make an athletics check to grapple him first.
Yep.
Your second action will be to just tie him up for free. That'll be fine.
Yep.
And the next is going to be a second athletics check to fire the arrow with enough force to lift his body.
Yeah. Okay.
So, 2 athletics checks. Your target number is 23 on each.
Yeah, pretty good odds. Alright. Let's do the first athletics check, please. Alright, this is where the nat 20 will come into play.
Okay. With a critical success, you only need a 21 on your following athletics check. Because you basically tied us up really well.
Perfect.
I really want you to succeed on this, even though.
You can elect to
Puts me out
fail
of the
the...
fight.
No, it's fine. Alright, second athletics check. This is with a -5 penalty, right?
Correct. Well, actually,
Yeah.
no. Go at full. You know what? Go at full. That'll be your
Oh.
your crit effect.
Okay. Thank you.
I like this. This works. Let's go.
Alright.
I would laugh if the confuse was only for one round as well.
26.
All right. The target number was
Yeah.
23. You managed to get it, and it strikes upwards. Titus, you get pulled up into the air, and you're basically now hanging from the ceiling.
Alright.
That's
Just
amazing.
Evander strung up a pinata.
Hang out there, Titus, for a bit. We'll deal with you in a second after we deal with everything else.
Hang in there, Titus. Hits him on the foot, so he spins around. Asshole.
Yeah.
Just
You're all,
all right.
you're all
So,
infected.
so that is all 3 actions, which bring us
That's
to
amazing.
your brain. Oh, actually, no, you do have one more. Do you want to move up, Evander?
Nah, yeah, move Navander up close to the scenario, but not by much.
Like here?
Thank you. Yeah, perfect.
Okay. Done. Okay. The brain is just vibing. It's doing its thing. It's biding its time. Yes, being
Coalescing.
all sneaky. The female Drider, however, is not impressed with Ziak and will spiderweb Ziak and just will continue to web them to the ground.
Damn.
And then re-web this guy. Yep, and thwack.
You know, I don't vibe with her because she's a spider lady, but I kind of like this person. He's cool.
Okay. At this point in time, the battle is fundamentally over.
Whoa.
You. Why have you come down here? You aren't with the Darrow?
We are not.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking for the Sandpoint Devil.
The what?
The Sandpoint Devil?
I know
One-
not of which you speak.
We know the description of it. It is like a fiery horse.
You start to describe it.
Yeah.
As you do so, you don't notice, but behind you, could I get Navander and Cinderial to make me perception checks?
Titus, what are you doing?
It's right behind me, isn't it?
Cool.
Whoa.
What's that?
Something begins to move behind our heroes. You hear these footsteps initially, but Titus, you're the first to see it come around the corner, smelling the ground like a hound looking for something. You see what looks to be a large reptilian head with two kind of tiny pointed horns over the top.
Oh no.
It's a dinosaur.
It's a carnosaur.
It
is a
doesn't
car-
want to be fed. It wants to hunt, so I'm safe.
It's a carnosaur. And you think very quietly to yourself, where the fuck did that come from? As it enters
Also,
initiative.
are my pants down at my ankles because I'm embarrassed? Like, you know,
Yeah, no, I'll play those when they get in.
I'm more thinking,
Yeah.
considering the height of this dinosaur, is Titus not hanging at roughly the perfect feeding height, so it doesn't need to bend down?
But like I said, it wants to hunt. It doesn't want to just be fed, right?
It is.
Like the T-Rex in Jurassic Park, right?
Stay,
Oh, wait, but it did eat the
stay
goat.
very still. Its sight, is movement based.
I can just imagine Titus is still spinning.
Stop moving, Titus! Stop moving!
All right, as it moves around the corner, it opens its jaw and swallows Titus.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Oh shit.
I thought.
All right, Titus, you disappear into its mouth. It then turns and unleashes a terrifying roar, proving that it's swallowed, you know. As it will then no, it can't charge. Because it moved and ate you.
It
Oh,
didn't
yeah,
even
it's just-
chew.
Yeah, it's gonna go here. It'll just move to there. There you go. All right, Titus, you are in the belly of the beast as we go to the Carnosaur.
There's a rope hanging from its mouth.
Like
Oh.
dental floss. All right, Peyton, you're up. You now see
I
the
just hear
creature.
that and I was like, I turn around, I'm like, what the fuck? I turn to the spider lady and I just go, truce, time out. There's a big thing back there that ate my friend. I'm gonna go take care of that as I
You
I will
watch
pick
as
up.
the Drider then just sort of surreptitiously.
Hi.
And then webs
Fair.
the door.
I will pick up my my Leo Mono, and I just say, Cinderella, how are we doing this, guys? Evander, we gotta get him out of there, right?
Why are you asking me?
Shit.
How would I know how to take out a dinosaur?
Oh gosh.
Dinosaurs aren't really around this area. They're more to the south.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there are actually. You know what? There are a couple of raptors in the woods and stuff. Not often, but you know, you find them on occasion.
How did
Yeah,
this
but
one get
not
down
not
here?
something like this.
No, and
I'm
definitely
a
not
little-
underground.
Yeah, I'm a little bit out of my depth here, everyone. We did like Titus, right?
I mean, he was helping, yes.
You know what?
He was kind of a pretentious little shit, but
You know what? Let's take a moment here. Let's take a quick moment here. All right. We're gonna head to a flashback. Um, there we go. Okay, 1 second. Get the right music going. All right. As we flash back, we come to the roads of Aresia, a gypsy caravan with a number of silks, perfumes, very, very vibrant people who are celebrating, traveling the roads under the endless stars of Desna. One little girl seems to have a very special prized box in her hand. As she opens it, she seems to coo at it, and upon a small velvet pillow is a tiny egg. She hands this tiny egg with a lot of care and delicateness. She rests by the campfire, telling stories to the egg, while warming it next to her, never keeping it too far away. She takes it everywhere. She takes it while she eats. She takes it while she sleeps. She takes it while she bathes. And after a time, the egg begins to hatch, revealing the smallest and tiniest baby Carnotaur. At this point, you can see some of the adults starting to converse with each other. But the little girl seems to hold on to her tiny pet dinosaur. Eventually, all the parents gesture to her out into the woods. So she heads out into the woods. She puts him down, and the tiny little happy dinosaur waves its tail back and forth. She then leaves, and the dinosaur follows. She stops and turns around. She points back at the woods. The dinosaur looks back at the woods, but then happily wags its tail as it moves towards the girl. Eventually, she picks up a pork bone and hurls it into the woods again. The Carnotaur excitedly runs after it, but when it returns, there's no sign of the caravan or the girl. A baleful, mournful cry to the moon as it sits and waits and waits. As it finds itself lying, it begins to rain, and it seeks shelter. Running around, it eventually finds a large pit. It crawls into the dark. Every now and then, making its way to the center of this pit, it looks up and can see the moon once again. The same moon that it saw with the little girl. Eventually, goblins arrived before it was fully at the size it is now, throwing rocks and trying to hunt it. It managed to kill a few of them and eat them. It did not like the taste. It missed the taste of sweet pork. Eventually, the Darrow showed up, likewise trying to get samples so that they could experiment with it. But now larger, it devoured many of the Darrow, but their meat tasted funny. Hungry, it has always been searching, continually searching, deep within these tunnels. For what? No one quite knows. But here it is now, and fresh meat, not Darrow meat, not goblin meat, now lays before it. as it prepares to attack.
Oh,
And there you go. That is the story of the
Aw.
Carnosaur.
Now I can't kill it.
I hope he likes the taste of fish.
It makes me even less
There was-
wanting to. Makes
Which
me
is
even
exactly
less
how we
wanting
got. Which is exactly how we got to the owlbear scenario in the Extinction Curse.
That is.
That is exactly right. Yeah.
You want to know what's really funny? Is that the reason I do stuff like this is because people don't realize how powerful plot armor can be, and you can use it like a weapon, right? Costs you nothing. Costs you nothing to make people feel bad. Just saying.
Oh.
Yeah, the worst bit is I've already
You
got a
can't-
very bad idea.
All right.
All right.
If we don't
Um,
kill him, we'll make him a pet. No, just
All right.
like
Oh.
all tabletop players.
I have some
Maybe that should be
knowledge
the-
about animals.
I was gonna
Right.
say that should maybe be the secret menu item. Navander gets the Carnotaur as a animal companion.
Animal companions? Yeah, all right.
Why
We
not
keep forgetting-
Titus?
We keep forgetting about Maizu on the map as well. So
No, Maizu's the secret weapon. There's a fire in here. She's not very keen on going in, but she's secret weapon. She's following at a distance. It's fine. She's only one call away.
Okay. So after the Carnotaur, Peyton, you've spent your action, at least at first, asking Cinderial what to do.
Basically, I want to. Can I? It is delaying, right? Like delaying till after
Yeah,
Cinderial.
Yep, you can delay.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to delay till after Cinderial.
Not a problem. All right, Ziak. Stuck Ziak. I think at this point, like, kind of the jig is up for this Ziak, as another Ziak. Actually, you know what? Let's tell your story. Let's tell your story here. We can do another flashback. Okay, 1 second.
or this will be the embarrassing moment for when the real Ziak realized he got duped.
All right. So, Ziak.
Yeah.
As you and your fellow comrades made your way on the previous floor, which let's just go here real quick to show this area, you were through the research area looking at the various clones of your you and your companions being chopped up and dissected. Sorry, it's a little loud. Let me just lower that a bit. Being chopped up and dissected by the Darrow scientists. Ziak, you in a brief moment found yourself kind of distracted, kind of watching over these things and looking at them. One of the Darrow turns to you and says, "You seem to be very fascinated by the research that we are doing."
Yes.
Have you never seen such things? No.
Never.
One could also say that this is the key for immortality. Under the right circumstances, one could potentially live forever. Ooh, you seem intrigued. Let me explain. Imagine, if you would, that this water in this cup is your consciousness, all of your intelligence, all of the things that make you, you, right? And then we'd simply make a clone of the glass. So we have the second glass here, and we pour the clones, in the glass, and we put that in here. Now, your consciousness is in the new body. Yeah? So your original body, it gets old, it gets decrepit, and it eventually collapses. But the new body is brand new, shiny and new, and it is now housing your mind. Which means that no matter how long you go or how far you travel, it will always be in the peak physical condition. You see the other clones like, oh yes, he's so smart. Yeah, no, chip off the old block. Yes, no, literally, I took a clip off my ear, and then that's how I cloned him. So it's literally a chip off the old block. Yes, no, it's very good. What do you think, Ziak?
Um. Hmm. Ziak. Hmm. He's kind of iffy. I think he's thinking it's kind of iffy because he's thinking of things that have immortality. Like things he hunts.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they're bad. Sometimes like vampires and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. Ah,
Yeah.
yes. Well, this is like, kind of a thing. Look, I think I have something that can convince you. Here, they hand you like this rag, and he says, smell this.
Does this smell like chloroform?
I don't smell it, but he probably they're gonna shove it on me now, aren't they?
I mean, what do you do?
Well, I'm curious a little bit, so I do smell, but not like super breathe in.
Yeah, you sort of. There's this sickly sweet smell, and as it comes forward, you kind of feel yourself feeling a little dizzy. Make a will save.
Okay. I can do that now. Where? Oh yeah, down there. Okay. Yeah. Ah!
All right. You feel yourself like you're not, not knocked out or anything like that. He says, you should come with us. And you're like, yeah, I should. It's a great idea. Great idea, guys.
I should.
He says you should get in the little Bacta tanks there.
Okay.
All right.
I'll get in the battle
You
tank.
get in this thing and it sort of fills with this green goo, and as it does, you watch as like one of them goes, yes, now, pulls the lever, lightning gets into the goo, and then all of a sudden, yeah, this like other version of you sort of ejects from this like other device, and they start looking at their progress. They're like, okay, cool. Now we have done it. Now all we need to do is find a way to extract the brain and put it in the new body. That's all we need to do. Yeah, but we never really developed the way to actually extract the brain. Donkov, you never extracted the brain. I thought that was other me's job. No, it was you job. No, it wasn't me job. It was me job. Oh, yes, no, sure. Always blaming me. It's always about you. This me. How about you take some responsibility as well, huh? Why don't you actually take some time and actually be like, oh yes, you know what, this time this was kind of my bad, okay? As they argue with each other, you watch as the other version of you just sort of like walks out and joins the group, and then
Yeah.
eventually, is the one whose brain gets exploded. Meanwhile, this Ziak, after a period of time, Ziak, you feel like this liquid sort of fading from you, and you don't have any recollection at all of like how you came to be here or why you're sticky and green. Repressed
Okay.
memories.
Depressed memory. Oh, I have depressed memories now.
You have repressed,
Or-
not depressed memories. I mean, if you have I'm sure you've got depressed memories, but no, repressed memories.
Oh, okay. Does that mean I don't remember anything, right?
You don't remember
So-
what has transpired here.
Okay.
You eventually go to look for your teammates, and thankfully manage to find them. Well, kind of, because what you actually find is a giant a giant Carnosaurus's bottom.
You just run right into his tail.
That is a bottom.
That is a bottom. Okay. As you see the giant dinosaur butt, what do you want to do?
Nobody else around. Alright. Well, first I'll put my lantern on and do the Tarek thing, to see if there are weaknesses on this thing. Yeah.
There are no weaknesses. It's
Oh,
a
okay.
dinosaur.
Okay. Well, you don't know. It could be a special dinosaur. All right. Hello? Hello?
The dinosaur turns around.
Jack?
Ziak.
Wait,
Hi.
he wasn't he over there? Zach, can
What?
you teleport now?
Can I
Zach,
teleport
how'd you-
now?
What
You just
are
ran.
you?
You just ran the other hallway. How are you? Okay.
I don't know. What's going on, guys? Are we
This big thing
fighting?
ate Titus.
Oh, shit. Attack.
Alright. You run up to it and you make your attack.
Yeah.
Poke.
If I'm
Oh,
my place
shit.
on the map again.
Just
So dark.
stab him in the butt. Or
Yeah.
shoot
Oh,
him in
you're
the
up.
butt.
You're up here. If you can see where that's paying out.
Yeah. I can't see the enemy though, so I can roll my dice on him. Oh wait.
Click on your character.
I was going to say, you can also drop in a combat tracker.
Yeah. I just
True.
opened it. I usually don't have it open, but I did it now.
Yeah.
Where's the dinosaur? Oh,
That's
the
way
track.
over here.
No, I meant on the track.
Oh, on the tracker.
I
Two
see
above
it.
you.
I see it. I see it.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. And roll the dash.
Alright.
There we go.
Ooh,
I miss.
unfortunately, you miss.
All right. And again. Yeah. I miss again. Okay.
Alright.
I missed. I missed
So
again.
you moved up to it and struck twice, but alas, you have missed twice as well.
Its hide is thick.
The interesting question is this Yak the one that got cursed with witchfire?
Mm.
Oh. Well, yeah. Would I
Yeah.
be like perfectly or?
Yeah, actually, technically, this one wouldn't be. No, you know what? Yes, this one is cursed with witchfire.
Oh, okay. Because it's supposed to be like a Zach clone, right? Of what I look
Yeah,
like.
no, because that would have been before you went to the clone labs. It was when you
Yeah.
just after you dealt with the other Ziak, other Ziak. All right, the Darrow are pretty much trapped, so they're not really going to do anything. Cinderial, you're up next.
No, I did say I had a very slightly bad thing to do. I was thinking for this.
Yep.
And
I also had a bad idea, but I wanted to wait to see what you did first. That's why I delayed.
and this might require a hero point or even the nat 20, because what
Ooh.
Cinderial is thinking to do is to put this thing off trying to eat any of us. I appreciate it doesn't help Titus immediately, but at least would stop it trying to swallow more of us. Is I would like to use ignition to burn its tongue.
Ooh.
Huh. Yeah, okay. What's the added effect here that we're hoping for?
Basically to sort of numb its taste buds so it doesn't actually want to bite or try to consume us.
Okay.
Because it won't be able to
that'll
taste
be
or-
our aim for the crit effect, but yeah, it'll basically lose its bite attack.
That is so mean.
Make your attack.
You gave it.
This poor dino who's been out by itself, loveless and alone, after just some sweet roast pork, and you're like, no, I'm never
Well-
gonna let it taste anything ever again.
Not going to be able to know the difference between meat.
I'll just like to burn the nat 20 to make it a crit.
Burning the nat 20.
Wow.
All right, that's a critical hit. He
Oh my
will
God.
lose
The
his bite
last thing
attack.
it tasted was
Yeah.
seafood.
Yeah, he's gonna lose his bite attack for
You
1
fruit.
hour.
Ooh.
So, crit damage.
All right,
And
23 points of fire damage as you blast in its mouth.
to
It roars in pain as the flames lick around its jaws.
and unfortunately for it, he's also got resistant fire damage from the crit.
On his tongue. Ooh.
The last action from Cinderella is to go, was me, that's him. As she backs behind Peyton.
Oh God.
Okay.
Well, we're all full of bad ideas today.
It's also me
All
giving
right.
you free space in front of me.
Yeah, okay. So this is gonna be so dumb, but I kind of hope it works just to give some kind of maybe we can help Titus. So now that my turn after Sindariel comes up, I wish to get a running start and jump at his mouth and try to grab onto him for my first action. Well, I guess jump to him, grab as as two actions, I guess. And then I want to try and push his jaw open with the third action and hold it open, so you can try to get Titus out through the mouth.
Okay, so when I said it doesn't get its bite attack, you are aware that that doesn't include if you put yourself in its mouth, right?
Oh, okay.
It didn't lose
I
his
don't
teeth.
Yeah,
Like,
you,
it
you
doesn't-
could. You,
It doesn't
You
want
could-
to
yeah,
bite
fine, I
people.
guess.
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah,
want
you
to
could-
bite people, but if you jump into its mouth,
attack its belly and try and make it sick or something like that, so it vomits.
Okay, that makes more sense.
I'll also point out that its mouth is currently on fire, literally. Best not to stand there.
Okay.
You turned the
I would like
dinosaur
to.
into
I
a
would like
drake.
to, for Peyton, swing the my Liamano at the creature's stomach in order to try and get it to retch up Titus. Is that what you mean to
Yeah.
say? All right, good.
Yes. So I will get. Oh, yep, you had it.
I got you.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I will run underneath him, do an uppercut against his belly. It's not off guard or anything because Ziak's there on this other side, or no? Oh, actually, Navander's next to it, so I have gang up, which gives me off
Sure.
guard.
Sure.
So sorry, I keep forgetting that.
You're taking into assumption that Navand is threatening. Does he need a melee weapon in his
You
hand?
do need a melee weapon
Threatening?
to threaten. Yes.
I'm currently not holding a melee weapon. I have a bow.
Then
No,
you
it
are
just
not.
says. It just says where's gang up? There it is.
Mhm.
It just says you and your allies harry an opponent in concert. Any enemy is flat-footed against your melee attacks due to flanking, as
It
long
is
as the
not
enemy is
flanking.
both within you. As long as the enemy is within both your reach and your allies. Your allies still must flank an enemy for it to be flat-footed to
reiterate,
them.
you are not flanking.
I'm not flanking.
No, because
They just need to be adjacent to it.
Because Navander doesn't have a melee weapon.
It doesn't say it
Yeah.
needs to. It just
Yes,
says they need to be next
under
to it.
flanking it does.
Yeah, but my gang up says it doesn't.
Does it say
long
specifically
as-
you do not need a melee weapon?
It just says
If
Any
it does not
enemy is-
if it specifically doesn't say that you do not require a melee weapon, it does,
It
however,
doesn't.
say you have to flank. You are not
No, it just-
flanking.
I'm
if
not
the-
flanking.
No, you need to listen. You are not.
You
The,
need
the
to read.
flanked condition does not exist unless there are multiple people who are threatening in melee range.
My gang up says as long as the enemy is both within your reach and your allies.
Is that it?
Which it doesn't. That just means that I.
Yep.
get
Keep reading.
off.
What's the rest of it?
Yeah. Your allies must still flank an enemy for it to be
Must
flat-footed
still-
to them.
Oh, right, cool. And for
To them.
No, yeah, but you're
Yeah.
So you're looking for the flanked condition, right? So you are flanking, but you do not need to be on opposite sides. The
It's not
problem
flanked. It
is
just says
no
they
one-
are.
Yeah, no one is threatening in your range.
All right, I'll just hit it then. That's fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to explain to you. Like, if they are flanking, you normally have to be on opposite sides. right?
Right,
However,
but
gang
that's
up
what my
means that
gang
you
up
can
ability does.
No, your gang up ability allows you to be anywhere, not just on opposite sides. That's the ability,
Mhm.
right?
Right, but they don't need
Yeah.
a weapon. They just need to be adjacent to it.
No, they
says.
they do need a weapon. If they don't threaten, they can't
Yeah.
they can't provide flank.
Mhm.
You only
Yeah,
got to
okay.
request
basically,
this in
Neil-
last time because he has a musket axe, so he has a melee weapon as well.
Yeah. Westonson has both a ranged and a melee weapon.
Ooh. Did Titus still have his glaive on him when he got swallowed?
You are
Because
not
then
flanking
I
from
am-
inside of it. Be quiet.
are
lunch meat.
I'm being flanked by lunch. It's
Yeah,
indigestion.
Right.
I would take this as an opportunity to maybe as a PSA to my fellow GMs and other players out there in the universe that there is a difference between a game mechanic and the roleplay mechanic. To understand a lot of gameplay mechanics, it also involves taking that time to understand the roleplay mechanic of something. For example, the asking of a
true.
question such as, "Can I flank from the inside?" The answer is obviously going to be no. So to ask this question is either usually a player trying to one up, or not one up, but trying to pull one over on the GM, or they're just simply trying to work a mechanic. Neither are ever going to be reasons why I will allow anything to happen. Peyton's true question about how the mechanic works makes sense, and I know Neil very well, and I know it just doesn't come down to the fact of, well, in order to gang up on someone, multiple people should probably threaten the thing we're ganging up on. I know that that's not the logical thought here. I know that that's not what Neil's doing, but I can tell you for certain that you will not be able to use a move gang up unless multiple people are threatening the target. So, yes, that is where that one comes in. But just remember this, GMs out there and stuff like that. When in doubt, always look at what the scenario is and go with where the world is trying to take powers and abilities. And also don't let white necromancers into your game, because fuck those guys. Okay, anyway, carry on.
Alright. There you go. 9
Oh,
damage.
you didn't want to do the critical hit and free Titus?
Oh, I guess, yeah, I'll use my crit token. Sorry.
Alright, not 20! As
Yes.
you punch him in the
Sorry.
gut. No, it's fine.
Okay, I'll
in my
reroll that
mind,
then.
I played your action so far ahead in my mind because you were trying to free Titus that I automatically went, oh yeah, Neil will probably use his nat 20 for this.
That's why I was hoping for the flank, because I thought it might help me get that natural 20 without actually getting the 20 to use the token, but that's fine. Yeah, so if you heal the 9, then we'll just drop the shift.
Sure, yeah, drop the shift and I'll heal the 9.
I'll be
Okay.
a green necromancer.
Go on then.
There we go.
The green
Bam.
necromancer.
That's a lot more than 9.
My favorite necromancer is an Australian necromancer.
All
I
right.
think you're trying to butter up somebody.
As you are punched, as the Carnosaur is punched in the gut, it opens its mouth and retches out the tied up Titus, who is spat onto the ground. Titus, roll me a d20.
Oh, gosh.
You are still confused.
Lucky he's still tied up then.
All right, that is true. All right. Whose turn was it?
It was Scenarios. I went after her. So now it's
Yes.
technically Titus. Or technically Westonson if he's still there, yeah.
No, Weston's chilling. All right, Titus.
Oh, yeah. That's...
You are confused. You need to try and break free.
Yes. Voice in my head. Break free.
It's not your voice in your head. It's you.
Is that
You don't have a
athletics?
second voice. Just you.
I'm confused. I can think whatever I want. I'm just not
I feel like
arguing
that's the opposite
with
of doing
myself.
confusion. Okay.
Oh, no.
I'm guessing it's athletics, right?
No. You just take. Do you have a small knife?
Oh yeah, I guess probably. Yeah,
Go.
that
You
makes
cut the rope.
sense.
So one action to draw your knife.
Yeah.
Second action to cut the rope.
And
Third
then
action.
third action to roll a d4 and evens odds. I hit Peyton or Nevada.
I was going to say, is he
I'll say
technically prone on the floor?
Yes, you are prone.
I'll sweep the leg.
All
I
right.
don't want to be that guy, right? But weren't you just attacked by the
Peyton.
dinosaur?
Peyton? Oh, God.
Yep.
Oh,
no, yeah. So thanks for freeing me, Peyton. Slap.
Oh yeah, doesn't getting attacked actually potentially break confusion?
We did. That was what the D20 was.
Oh, that was what that was. Okay.
Yeah. Oh. You know, I should also actually try to roll on. That's why it wasn't working. Hey, don't worry. I can't hit, so there you go.
All right, give us a number 2, 1 to 5.
I'll pick a 2.
1, 2. All right. So as you do this, you got a little too close. Your attack triggers attacks of opportunity. Okay.
Can I?
From
if I'm
both
gonna do it,
Evander and Peyton.
oh no, I can't do it because attack of opportunity is fighter specific, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, kind
Okay,
of.
yeah, so,
Titus.
so I can't actually trigger an attack, or but the dinosaur does.
The dinosaur does. All right. Well, the dinosaur doesn't hit though, as it tries to just sort of headbutt you with its horns, but nothing happens. All right, but that is Titus's turn. The Darrow continue to do nothing as we go to Navanda.
Alright, buddy. It's okay.
Sun's getting real low.
Sun's getting real low here, bro. We're just going to go back. Now, I want you to sit. 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 Sit.
Are you talking to the dinosaur?
Talking to the dinosaur.
Oh, I thought you were talking to Titus.
So Nevada will just turn around and backhand. No, bad times.
I mean, make a survival check, I guess.
Yeah, let's take a look. Survival?
Mm-hmm.
Could I make an argument for animal check? Law animal.
Law animal is more of an intelligence knowledge check than it is an actual practical application of stuff.
Alright. That's fair.
Oh yeah, there isn't like a I forgot.
Well,
there's
it's
no
supposed to
animal
be
handling.
survival. Ride, handle animal, and all that. Got
Yeah,
included
that's
into
all.
survival.
That's all survival. Yeah.
That
Alright.
makes sense.
No, never mind. It's fine.
That is a critical fail.
You don't have any
Yep.
hero points either.
He will sit on you.
To be fair, you do technically have a hero point because you've got heroic action cards held.
Oh.
Oh, what's that?
Oh yeah, I'll do that then.
Oh, the birthday
I'll
one?
spend my hero action card to make him sit.
No, he's actually got a held one.
I do.
Oh, right, that's true. All right, so you're gonna use your heroic action hero point?
Yep.
Okay, use your heroic action.
Nice.
Done.
Good dinosaur.
Good Carnosaur. Good Carnosaur.
Good Carnosaur. Everyone stop backing up slowly.
You said slowly.
Like a,
You gonna make the
like
reroll?
Titus by the leg.
A reroll. Sorry.
Yeah, because you use the
Yeah,
hero
your
point.
card. Unless your card does something specific that
I thought
related.
the card was a hero. Was an. Oh right, yeah.
It's not that 20, it's a hero point.
No,
Yeah,
you're right. You're right. Fair enough.
Not an auto hit.
Sit. Be a good little dinosaur. Sit.
Yeah.
All right, your
That's
target number was 23.
Oh well, that's
So-
okay.
You do fail, but you do not. Ooh, hold on, wait. Cookie Mon Steve is coming in with a $20 donation. What are we at? I have a feeling I know
Evander
what
finds
it
Not
is.
some pork in
20.
his pocket.
Natural 20 for Evander. I bet you anything.
Three
Oh,
hero
no,
points for
hero
Evander and one for
3 hero
Peyton.
points okay, fair enough. 3 hero points
Okay.
for
Oh, thank you.
Evander. and 1 for Peyton. All right, thank you, Cookie.
I would have been all
Thank
for
you.
the crit for him. That would have been funny and awesome.
Yeah, I honestly I thought Cookie was gonna do the crit to try and get the thing, but yeah, that's fine. All right.
Evander
All
gets
right.
a
Now,
dice.
because Navander, now keeping in mind, you used the hero point from that already.
I can't use it again. Yeah, I know.
Putting on the nat 20, you can go the nat 20 if you want, Cookie. Just let me know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like anything's happened one way or another. Just let me know. You want to use it for the nat 20?
Yeah.
Cookie? Yeah, that way you've got one.
Evander,
thing.
you
Land,
carry-
sky, water, land, and sky. Yeah.
You carry bacon on you at all times, right? That's kind of close to pork.
Sure, let's go
Actually,
with
it's
the nat 20.
probably
All right.
venison that I carry. I probably
Alright,
carry venison a lot.
Okay, so we're going with the nat 20.
Yeah.
Are you going to use the nat 20?
Yes, immediately.
Very
And
well.
no, you and dinosaurs, Dad.
All right, very well. With a natural 20, that is a critical success. The large connoisseur will sit.
Good
does
dinosaur.
seem-
Aren't you a good dinosaur?
You can tell it has been domesticated in the past. However, keeping in mind this will not last while its mouth is literally on fire.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm telling the rest of the party, stop perking up! Stop perking up!
I mean, you've got 2 more actions. You
Can we
could
just
put the
put
fire
its tongue
out.
out? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to put its fire out.
Okay, roll a d20.
All right. It's okay, buddy. I'm just gonna.
You
That's
get
a
some
D12,
water.
Matt. I'm just gonna.
Cut the part of your
Stop
tongue
that
off. It's on fire.
It's all right, buddy. It's okay. It's
Yeah.
all right. A 16, and
Okay.
I'm talking in a calm voice. It's all right, buddy.
You just ate something very spicy.
All right, with a 16. You pour water into the mouth of the giant creature, and as you do so, the fire is extinguished. The relief seems to spread over its face. As it is sitting, it seems a lot less hostile. Enough so that the battle is over.
Although we do still have a
Alright.
confused Titus.
Yeah.
Titus, you are right. Titus,
Just slap him around a bit. It'll be fine.
I was gonna say I
All
will
we
just
could
start
see is
slapping him
Titus, roll me a
around.
d20.
Me?
Yeah.
Straight D20.
And again.
Oh.
I think we'd hold him down at this point until he.
Oh,
Oh,
and again.
Oh,
Oh, that one missed.
Yep, keep going.
Stop
There we
struggling.
go.
There we
Okay.
go.
So you've got 3 rounds. Okay, let's see what happens in 3 rounds. So, that was after Navander. Once Navander goes, we have the brain thing, the Dryda, the Carnosaur, Ziak. Can't do anything about Peyton. Sorry, about Titus. The Deros, then Cinderial. Do you wish to try and do anything about Titus's current condition?
Trying to think what it should think of. Because it probably makes sense. He got swallowed. He got spat out from fur. It makes sense that he's probably reacting in flight.
Mm-hmm.
We should
You're all
probably
evil
just try to
clones.
should probably just try to talk him down, try and break through, but that'll be about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, come on. You know, Peyton, I know you might want to keep stabbing him, but you don't really want to stab him. Right?
You're just trying to trick me, like the other scenario that showed up and burnt us. It's a fake Peyton. You know it. You are That's why you're all clones. What did you do with the real yous?
Well, you also know that if I was the evil one, I'd be trying to burn you right now. So
This is far too logical for a confusion effect. Unfortunately, Sindariel, what I was looking for is I slap him in the face. Ironically,
punch him in his
the
jaw.
confused condition only allows rerolls on physical injury.
yes, but Stera wouldn't know that.
That's true, but I mean, okay.
And also with him
I feel like this is a
flailing
good-
around with a glaive as
Yeah,
well.
I feel like this is a good chance to potentially learn. I mean, yeah, you're right. He's armed and he's dangerous and stuff like that. But yeah, Peyton, you're up next.
All right, Titus, you're about to feel a little bit of pain. Just deal with it. Grit
Why are
your
you
teeth
explaining
and
it to the
smack.
confused person?
Because he doesn't need to understand if he's confused. I'm just
You
saying it to him
bad
as I
evil
slap him
Peyton.
in the face. I
Okay.
slap him.
All right, make your
Real
attack.
Payne's back and ow.
What dinosaur? I don't see no dinosaur. Jazz, there's no dinosaur. See, look, there's all my players, safe and
Smack.
sound, with no dinosaur in sight. What are you talking about? All right.
You take 6 points of damage.
Okay, you take 6 points of damage, which means when it gets to your turn, which it is now, you will have 1 round of confusion, but then you'll break free after this action. So, Titus, what am I saying? Titus, roll a d6. 1 and 2 is the Carnosaur. 3 and 4 is Navander, and 5 and 6 is Peyton.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't forget that the Carnosaur is within my reach because I would have said
Should have
something.
dragged
if
him
you
away.
If you hit the Carnosaur, I'm hitting you.
All right.
forgot.
It's
all
me.
right. Yep, you're going to attack Peyton. Let's do it.
That makes sense because I just attacked him. So
Now, are all 3 of my attacks on Peyton? Or do I have,
Yeah,
do I have to roll each
all
time?
3 of your attacks are on Peyton.
Okay.
Jeez.
All right. First
Ooh.
one is a hit. Deal
Yeah.
your damage. For 9 damage.
The real Peyton Sandpoint. You're just a fuck.
Hang on. He
Yeah,
rolled. He
you're
got
just a
He got a 34 on the first one.
Huh?
That's actually Cindereal, would your +1 AC thing have disappeared a while back?
It lasts a minute.
Oh, okay, so that actually puts me up to 25. So that just doesn't crit me. Because I forgot, since Wessence is not there, I didn't get the +2, so I actually had the +2 still on my miscellaneous. So I took those off after he hit me, but he still hit me.
Okay, cool.
So
Sure.
yeah. But it wasn't a crit. I was just making
So
sure.
what is your AC?
Right now it's a 25.
Okay, cool. Sweet. Easy
But
enough.
it's yeah.
All right. Titus, your second attack is a critical miss. Give you a number between 1 to 5.
You know what? I'll let Peyton choose.
5. Oh no.
Okay.
You're just
All or nothing. You take a -1 on all attacks until you land a critical hit. Last
Forever?
action.
Yeah, last action, watch beat the crit. No.
I mean, you can use
That's,
your
that's actually a critical miss.
Yeah. Alright, and then I'll do 1.
You don't want to use your nat 20?
I mean, I kind of do for comedic's sake, but at the same time...
I mean, but also you get
I
rid
do
of that
deserve
penalty.
it since I slapped you with full force.
And it takes away the curse thing.
I know, but... No.
I'm okay.
All right, give me a number between 1 to 5.
Okay.
Let's do 1.
A 1. Hoo-yah! You hit yourself instead of your target.
Am I gonna snap myself out of confusion?
Bonk. Oh,
Yeah, basically, the way I imagine it is he's dodged and it's bounced off a rock and cracked into your head. You fall unconscious.
Some problems just solve themselves, I guess.
Yep. Okay. However, at this
I forgot
point,
that I was that low on HP. That's so funny.
I didn't even realize you were that low in HP either, to be honest.
as soon as you fall unconscious, however, something
Oh,
pounces.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh god damn it!
Oh,
It's been there with its ready to action this whole time, waiting for someone to go unconscious.
Oh no!
All right. Squiddy. I need a fortitude save.
Does he get one when he's unconscious?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Oh my god!
This-
Oh,
No, I'm using my crit. Ow!
you crit out?
You crit out?
Can I?
What's a crit
My
out?
crit now.
Or you
I'm
crit
gonna use
now?
my
I
crit
heard.
now.
You sure you don't want to use
I
the
heard
hero
crit
point
ow.
first and then a crit if you fail still?
Uh,
Or actually, no, Cookie Mon has a
stop
good
being
point. Actually, Cookie Mon, I don't think he can use the hero point to stay up because he's not remaining on 1 hit point. It's a death effect.
I think he means from
Oh.
knocking himself out.
From when he
Oh,
hit
from knocking
himself.
yourself out. Yeah, okay, you could potentially do that.
I think it was actually kind of funnier that way. So for not critting Peyton, I will let myself get knocked unconscious.
Okay, so do
as
you want to
the-
use a
the
hero
repayment,
point to
but-
potentially re-roll the saving throw?
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, and it's the exact same thing. So yeah, I'll crit.
No, it's actually not. It's higher.
Oh no, it was better. Yeah, maybe I'll keep it that way.
Okay, one
Maybe I'll keep it
second.
as a
Your
23.
target number is
Oh.
27.
Okay, so
Okay,
then
yeah, I'll crit.
Okay, cool. Great,
Yeah.
done and done.
probably.
All right, you avoid
The
getting
devil on my
devoured.
shoulder succeeded.
Now, I'm going to go out on a limb and presume that everyone wishes to mess this guy up.
Yes.
Does anyone
Yeah,
not
it
want
makes
to?
I'll
It
try. I'll
makes
pick it up
sense
and
at
throw
this
it in the
point.
fire.
I don't see him.
Dude.
There's a big dinosaur in my way.
Oh, yeah, true.
That is true. Ziak is just stuck behind a dinosaur.
Okay. Well, I'm going to skip ahead because I'm not going to give it too much attention. You guys basically destroy this injured creature. It was pretty much an all or nothing gambit for it. So basically, as soon as it tries to, it doesn't really manage to break through his skull. And then between like Titus, Peyton, and Evander, you just all like kind of curb stomp this thing into oblivion.
Getting up on it.
Which, at the long last, brings us to the end of combat. Good lord.
Oh. Oh my god, that was insane.
I'm so happy that Titus came in to save the day.
So, Novander, you've got a pet dinosaur now?
No, you can't just build a relationship after just, saving it. You kind of have to build these things slow.
Sure you can.
If the dinosaur wishes, I'm going to take him back to the farm to get some rehabilitation. It looks rather thin. We'll see if we can get some good food and to make sure that it's rehabilitated, and then see where we go from there.
Gotcha.
If
New
it's willing
addition to
to
the
accept
town,
coming
then,
to-
sounds like.
Navander will attempt to scratch under its chin.
Ooh, make another survival check.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, and while Navandra's doing that, Sandaro's going to be trying to tend to
Yeah.
Tice's wounds.
We're gonna drag him away out
Okay.
here more.
All right, what was that survival check?
An 8.
An 8 is not enough, I'm afraid.
Yeah, thought so. I'll try to quickly pull my hand back.
You see the telltale signs of "I'm gonna bite you."
He's like a cat. I don't know.
A cat. No.
Like
No.
they'll let you pet him and then
Ever
they bite
trained
you.
birds? Have you ever trained birds immersion?
I've had a bird, not have trained them, but yeah. uh,
I'm just waiting before Dag says something's happened before I drop
Yeah,
the healing on
exactly, right.
Titus.
Yeah, he looks
Yeah.
like
Uh,
Do we get him pulled away at least, like Titus?
you managed to, yeah, pull him away, and the dinosaur doesn't really attack or anything like that, but he does just go about his business.
Okay.
Well,
Maybe we'll
that
find
makes
him again, and
sense.
we can at least get him out of the cave where he can eat better stuff than Darrow. And
Yeah, he just kind of goes about his business. Meanwhile, you all kind of gather around this fire that has like a giant spider in it. Everyone's kind of webbed up except for this one Darrow. But because with all the intellect devourers dead, they all all the Darrows kind of just sort of like become catatonic.
okay, so they'll just stay here.
am I still webbed up over there?
Your
Oh,
other
yeah,
version,
what happened
your
to
other
you?
version is, but likewise, it is like kind of again like catatonic.
Okay.
Okay.
What the heck?
That's now you know why we
So
were confused.
yeah, he started attacking this a Drider thing, and then they shot him into the ceiling.
Whoa,
Yeah, it's
whoa,
all
whoa, 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 whoa. A what?
well, a spider. What
Spider.
the spider being human thingy Drider? I think that's what they call him, right?
A what?
It was a big spider with a body.
It's like a mermaid, but spider lower half.
Well, that's terrifying.
It's in
Or
that
is
room
it
over there. It didn't shoot me.
like a
It just shot all the Darrow.
like a
So
centaur?
I'm assuming
But
it's
a
just kind of
spider?
yes, exactly.
Uh,
Good, good on
Yeah,
you.
I was
That
gonna
was
say
awesome.
centaur, but I'm like Titus would probably be more associated with mermaids than centaur. So
It ran back into this room over here. I don't know if we're gonna have to go through that, but hopefully it's not. Now that it knows that we're not here for it, maybe we can just go through without any conflict. If we need to go through that way. I'm guessing there might be more spiders though, because of, well, as he points to the fire.
also,
who would
I
eat
know
a
this might not be
spider?
the time, but I'm very hazy on like the last like hour or so.
Who would eat
uh,
a spider? Sounds gross.
I mean, it's still meat.
Ew.
I'll try
I mean,
some.
it is still meat. You're not wrong.
Yeah, or Peyton will take a leg. It's like crab meat. You just.
Guys you guys remember
mean-
that the other Ziak ate some spider? The other Ziak ate some spider, so I'm just like, who would eat that?
As you see Peyton just nomming on some spider leg.
All right.
It's like eating a crab.
I mean, I was gonna offer you a sandwich, but if you're gonna enjoy that spider, who wants a sandwich?
I'll still take a
No,
sandwich.
you got the spider. You can have all that spider to yourself.
I'll take a sandwich. Thanks,
Here's a
Defender.
sandwich.
Our heroes take some
Yeah.
time to rest and recuperate, devouring the roasted spider and getting some well-needed rest. I'll count this as a long rest for you guys, as it is a safe enough place for you to deal with stuff.
Yay!
However,
Wounded one now.
Never. You'll die. No.
in the following room adjacent, the Drider begins to move up and down a network of webs. It thinks to itself, those creatures, strange though they may be, may prove useful. Maybe the time has come.
Huh.
Maybe the return to the Umberweb is not too far at hand.
The what?
Underweb.
The Umbro web.
If only I could convince them. Yes. I will let the flat-toothed cave stumblers find the pathway in front, then I will finally be able to return. And with that,
Oh.
we will end today's session.
Whew.
Guys, thank you so much for listening, and thank you so much for watching. We hope you had a great time. I know I freaking did. Thank you to everyone who came
was
and
awesome.
joined us and had a good time with us as well. My name is Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. This is my place. This is my face. You can find it here a number of times during the week. Our next session is Pray for Death on Sunday morning, so be sure to check in for that. For those of you who celebrate, please keep today in your spirits and in your hearts, as it is Anzac Day in Australia, which is a day we commemorate the lives that were given during World War II by the Australian and New Zealand troops. All of those who, well, as you guys know, the Dead Aussie Gamer channel proudly broadcasts from the land of the Noongar people. We do take our time to honor heroes and elders emerging past, present, and future from the Australian culture and from Australian history. So today is a very special day, and I want to invite you all, if you do not know much about what has transpired in Australia during that period of time. So many men and women were very proudly involved, as Australia did present the largest volunteer force in the military during that period of time as well. We were not conscripted. We were not forced. The Australians were there front and center, doing what we could, doing what we do best, looking after our mates, and trying to do what we could. So yes, if
And
you do
on
celebrate,
multiple fronts.
yeah. So if you do celebrate, and if you want to commemorate today, then please do so in good health and good spirit as well. So yeah, there you go. All right, guys. As always, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for being here. Stay safe, stay wonderful, be kind to each other, because why the fuck not is free. And until we meet again. Oh, sorry, to answer OG's what was the embarrassing plot twist here. I didn't get to hit it. I tried. I tried to with the T-Rex sitting on people. I tried to with a few things. This will carry over till next week. So if we can make a note of embarrassment, I'll try to squeeze that into next week's session as well. So there you go. But yeah, stay safe, stay wonderful, be kind to each other, and until we meet again, game hard or die trying. Good night, folks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.